Hey everybody, Grasshopper here. Fair warning, I do have my three furry helpers with me this evening. Just wanted to pop over to Rise of the Empire territory battle and take a look at it real quick. So, our guild is not a monster guild. We are everyday grinders, free to play. We run the gamut of people that have early game, mid game, early in game, if you will. So we're not in a guild where you have to have a certain 10, 15 million to be in, and you've got to follow every direction and everything to the T or you get kicked. Those guilds are good for some people. That's not how we operate. We're just here to have a good time and play a game that we enjoy. So, for what ROTE, if you will, presents, there are a whole lot of different ways to approach it. I've watched a lot of videos on it, and it ranges from micromanaging as much as possible to, hey, what can we do to get some stars? So if you're a guild like ours that's laid back, we're just in it for fun. We're competitive, but we're not like hugely competitive where we're making more of a job out of it than just having fun. So if you're a guild like ours, you're the audience I'm trying to reach. So a couple of things. There are videos out there you can watch a wide range. So taking the middle planets here, Corellia is in the middle. These are what we call neutral planets. So we got Corellia. The next one up is Fallujah, then the one with the Tatooine with the Riva Shards battle. Those are all neutral. So in those neutral battles, you can use dark side or light side characters. So you can use both. Over on the right-hand side, you start with Coruscant. Next up is Braca. And we're working to try to get a star on Braca. You see my note, or the note down there at the bottom says go all in on this planet. This is all light side battles. Over on the left, starts out at Mustafar. Then you have, I believe, Geonosis. Not sure what the third one is. Dathomir. So we'll look at Dathomir. These are all going to be dark side battles and deployments. So a couple of things. If you're in a guild like ours, we have 352, a little over 352 GP. We're not hugely competitive. Some of those guilds have programs. You know, everybody's required to be on Discord. They have programs that know what characters everyone has, and they can tell them, hold on to that character, put it over here, put it over there. Hey, I need you to attack here. I need you to do this. And it's like managing a workforce. And I have no problems with that. If that's your style, great. If you're in it for more just pure enjoyment and getting decent rewards, we're going to get the star over on Braca, and that'll give us 10 stars, and there will be our rewards. I mean, who wouldn't want 475 crystals, right? Or the other territory battle rewards. Plus, you get the prize box items. You know, those are all fun too. Those all help. So let's talk about it. We've kicked this around. This is our second go around. Our first time around, I think we got 11. We pushed really hard. We stretched sort of the limits of what the guild is designed to do. Now, we got started in this one, and then we had some discussions. Our guild leader had some discussions with us about how they, what is our best way to do this. And what we decided to do, the guild leader, is these middle two planets, because we have such a wide variety of guild members at all stages of gameplay. On our third time around, we're going to hammer that middle planet, Corellia. Going to 3-star that because we know we can do that. Then we're going to hit Fallujah and probably get 2 stars, maybe get 3. Because you can use both light and dark side characters on those planets. When you're deploying, you deploy light side and dark side everywhere, but in this case, everything is going to a planet that allows light and dark side. And in some of these, we actually were able to fill out all these operations, mission, whatevers. I'm going to call it platoons because that's what I'm used to it in the other territory battles. So we missed out. We don't have Relic 5, Dad Bod, Boba Fett. Looks like we need 3 of them, and then a Relic 5 Talia maybe to be able to fill all those in. So our game plan going forward is these first 2, Corellia and then Fallujah. We'll at least have 5, maybe 6 stars after the first 2 phases. That leaves Tatooine open, so we can do Riva Shard battles. We've tried 3 and we've been unsuccessful, but we're going to grow into that. So after that, we're going to circle back around and we're going to go to Coruscant, that we know we can 3-star that. And then we'll come over to Mustafar. Our timing was bad and off on this one. We should at least get a 2-star next time, maybe a 3-star. And then it's going to be, we're just going to work on these Braca, Geonosis. We'll just work on those, maybe 1-star each of those. I've guessed, if we're pushing things, we're, might hit 10, 11 stars, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We might get 11, 12. And that's good for getting started in this Rise of the Empire. So a couple of things for your information. If you're like us, you've got a mix going up the middle, at least the first 2 planets. Most everyone can participate. If you're off on the right, not everybody has strong light side squads. If you're off on the left, not everybody has strong dark side squads. So if you go up the middle, people can go, oh, I can use this light side squad here. I use this dark side squad here. And it just provides a better mix where everyone can participate and feel like they're contributing. What you do have to watch out for is if you're deploying, you can mess yourself up. So I'll go over here because I haven't done anything on it. On Dathomir, if I were to deploy everything you see, it would deploy, if I selected all and then deployed, it's going to take my dark side and my light side characters and deploy all of them on Dathomir. I can then only use those characters on Dathomir. And since there's no light side characters on Dathomir, I have just now eliminated my ability to go over to Braca to do anything because all my light side characters on Dathomir. Same thing over here. If I went in to deploy and I deployed all, I'm going to deploy all my light side characters along with my dark side characters. And then if I go over to Dothamir, I won't be able to do anything because all my characters will have been deployed. So you've got to watch out when you're deploying. As far as scoring goes, the best thing that you can look to do is when you're doing these platoonings or whatever they call it, the more of those you can do, those are kind of bonus points. If you plug in someone, and I'll show you, go over to Baraka, and let's see if I have anyone. There it is. See if I have anyone I can deploy. Who is it? I don't want to deploy him because I'll probably use him. It's all been. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So let's go over to Dathomir real quick. And there it is. See what we got. All right. I don't do ships. So if you deploy, I'm going to deploy this ship. So there we go. All right. If you get all 15, you get 13,200,000 points. If you'll notice, in a second, it gave me credit for deploying the ship. 59,272 points for the ship. So the 13 whatever million is in addition to the GP of the ship you've put down. So those are bonus points. That's why they're called bonus points. Making sure your guild has enough relic and 7-star ships and all that where you can make these platoons and get these bonus points, it helps a whole lot. And this is the easiest way to score. The second way to score, but you're not scoring a whole lot necessarily, is by going to battles. And it'll tell you earn up to 250,000. In some of the other battles, you're getting 1 million or 1.5 million or whatever per battle. Here you don't. So battles just give you some gravy points. You'll get the value of just like in the other territory battles, you get the value of the team you deployed plus whatever points you earn. It's not going to gain you a great lot, so do them, but they shouldn't be the focus like they are in the other territory battles. Third way to score points is just deploying. And that's where you select the characters you want to deploy. You deploy them, however many you put down, then that is going to be your score. So those are some basics. If you're starting out, you're like us, you're not super highly competitive, you don't want it micromanaged and all that, going up the middle for the first 2 planets is probably your best bet. Making sure you're maximizing platooning everything in the operations so you can get those bonus points. Doing the battles and then deploying. I usually personally like to wait until I'm finished doing whatever on a planet before I deploy. I'll tell you that once you get off of these 3, Mustafar, Corellia, and Coruscant, once you get off of those 3, the battles start getting harder, and they will light you up on Braca. Not quite as difficult going up the middle, but you do have to score a little bit more points to get stars. Fallujah, you'd have to get 316 million to get 3 stars on it. on same level Geonosis, you have to get 316 on that as well. I thought it was Braca is only 304. Braca is also a little bit tougher, in my opinion, on some of the battles. So going up the middle is a great idea. Hitting those first three planets. The other thing you have to watch out for is once you put a star on a planet, like we've got 15 hours and 40 minutes on Braca. I am just going to deploy. So what I'm going to do is I don't see anywhere I can put it over a top here. I'm going to deploy Ben Solo because that was the one I could, or not deploy, platoon Ben Solo. And then I'm just going to deploy everybody so I can put us at the next star. So I was going to try some battles, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's been a long week. So I'm going to deploy them all. Boom, whatever, we got our star. Now, the phase 5 ends in 15 hours and 39 minutes. So if it's 15 hours and 39 minutes from now, and we're at 227,500,000 points, that phase is going to end. We're going to have one star, and it's going to open up the next planet, which would be Kashyyyk. So once you start and the phase time runs out, if you don't 3-star, whatever star level you have, that's it when the phase is over. So timing is a lot of this as well. If you, like we've had some people do some activity over here, if you deploy some things, and what I'm likely to do, I have a couple of alt accounts and I'll work on Braca with them. So if we have some people over here who are like, maybe they missed the instruction, we're not like super highly structured. We're like, we want everybody to focus over here on Braca. If somebody comes over here and does something on Dathomir, we are not going to bash them, whatever. Hey, we're a guild. Stuff happens, whatever. We're not here to chastise. We're just here to play and have fun. So if your squad is doing this and you want to work on Braca to get as many stars as you can, and at the same time build toward possibly getting a star on another planet, you can. Some guilds will say, do all these things and get us to 158 million and then stop. Because they know when the next phase time rolls around, the planet will not close because there's no stars, and then they can do all the things they need to do to 3-star it when that next phase time starts. So 15 hours, 37 minutes from now, we don't have a star on Dathomir. The next phase starts, and Dathomir is still active. So if we got it up to 157 million, and 15 hours and 37 minutes later, the next phase happens, then all we have to do then is hammer down on Dathomir. We know we are getting 1 star almost immediately. Maybe we get 2 stars out of it. So they do some front loading of some of the planets, if you will want to call it that. So easy pickings, the first 3 and the first row. Highly recommend you all go all in on the second planet in the middle. Our plan is do the first planet in the middle, second planet in the middle, hammer out the 2 planets on the right and left on the first level, and then work our way out from there. We've got our 10 stars. So if we get 11, we're almost where we were last time. We've got a more of a focused way we want to approach it next time. But those are some ideas. Not everything's going to be a formula that works for everyone. And there's so many dynamics to this. There's so many moving parts. If you can find a way to maximize what you can do, and then basically this is designed as well for your guild to grow into it. So as your guild is growing, more people are relicing characters because now it's somewhat easier to get relic 7s than it used to be, right? And one of these rows, I think, requires all relic 7 characters. There's 9, and that's Malachor. Let's see, does this one require? Yeah. So Tatooine, that's where it starts, is this third row. You need all relic 7 characters. If I wanted to do a battle, then with Jabba the Hutt, I would need Jabba and all the side people to be relic 7. I was actually going to do explore a combat mission on Tatooine yesterday, and then when I got into it, I had Jabba at 7, relic 7, and maybe 2 or 3 other Hutt cartel / bounty hunters. I didn't have a 5th one. So basically where our guild runs into issues is going to be in this third realm, which is Dathomir, Tatooine, and that one, which is Kashyyyk. Because that's required all relic 7s, and that's where we're going to start bumping our limits of capability. So if we stay focused in the first 3, the second 3, well, that's our sweet spot. If we can nail 10, 11 out of those 6 zones, then we're doing all that we can do, and we will grow into it and then be able to grow outward with it and get more stars. So those are Grasshopper's thoughts on ROTE territory battle. From the we're not high end, we're not super competitive, we don't micromanage. We have early game accounts, we have early mid game accounts, we have mid game accounts, we have early in game accounts. Our only requirement on our guild is that you play and log in and play once a week. That's it. We don't make you do anything else. You're not required to do anything other than that. And if you don't stay active once a week and you don't notify an officer, you're removed. But we're here to enjoy the game and get to know each other and enjoy each other's company on Discord and connecting and around a game that we and a topic that we like to play. So that's Grasshopper's ideas on if you're going to start doing Rise of the Empire and you're not a super high competitive guild. Those are Grasshopper's thoughts and my suggestions for you all to think about. Hopefully this will help you or your guild members out. And do me a favor, like and subscribe. That's supposed to get me some good juju or something. I don't know, with the powers that be. But share this along. I didn't really find any videos out there that were like this based on, hey, we've just met the requirements, we're giving it a try. We're not super high competitive. We're in it for a good time, but we do want to get some of these rewards. There were none of those videos like that. And that's what we needed, and there wasn't one. So hopefully this will be the video for other guilds that are like ours, of people wanting to try and learn a little about it. We're not, not a super high competitive guild. We want to get some decent rewards because we want some of those higher tier rewards to be able to get buy things with different currency, etc. So like, subscribe, share this along. Again, until next time, next video. It's been Grasshopper. Y'all have a good weekend and a good evening, and I will see you next time around.